So while there are plenty of studies that show that diverse companies outperform those that aren't, by 15% in fact, according to McKinsey's latest study, depressingly only 10% of the FTSE 500 are led by female CEOs. And while that number is slowly starting to increase, the World Economic Forum's latest gender gap report showed that it would take 132 years to reach gender parity globally. And that's a frightening statistic, and there are multiple visible and less visible reasons why that's happening, from women taking on the lion's share of unpaid care work, to unconscious bias, to less executive sponsorship of women in leadership positions. And more companies are doing their bit to fill that gap, from introducing mentoring programs and more flexible working, shared parental leave. I would always encourage individuals to just invest in your own valuable network, particularly those executive sponsors who are going to tap you on the shoulder the next time an exciting opportunity comes along. Forget what your parents told you about being humble and polite about your capabilities. When you do a good job, make sure the right people know about it. And have faith in yourself. When push comes to shove, you are capable of way more than you think. I would say ambitious, passionate, and empathetic. And I think that's because when you're driving ambitious agendas forward, you need to make sure you're bringing the right people along. And that includes active listening, processing, acknowledging, but also inspiring to think big. So I'd like to think that being a woman hasn't necessarily held me back in my career. I have, though, been fortunate to have a very strong support network. I've had a lot of help and a lot of guidance when it comes to thinking about my own career and career planning and setting the right ambitions for myself. I think probably on reflection, there were maybe some invisible hoops I had to jump through as a young female leader, particularly when it came to having to go the extra mile, having to prove myself, particularly when it came to my experience and my capabilities. But all in all, I would just encourage every young female leader and every emerging young female leader to invest in your network. That is the single most powerful thing you can build and harness in your career.